So welcome everybody to the ArabishWay session with Leila Taji. She had a wonderful session on Wednesday and then today, and she has two more sessions, all new content over the weekend. So we are excited that she's part of the festival. And we're glad that you're here. Um, if you are interested in posting any pictures of you or your children participating in this session, or any of the worksheets, Leila has a handout that you can download from the site. If you're interested in completing that or taking pictures of yourself, please make sure that you also share those pictures and those forms, completed forms. Put them on the graffiti wall in the lounge. If you go back to the lobby, there's a Jerusalem lounge. And in the lounge, there's a picture of Handala, and you can click on that and it takes you to like a graffiti wall where you can post your pictures and messages. And we're collecting everything that gets put on that wall for a festival yearbook. So we'd love to see, your participation in that way, and we'll archive it for the yearbook. If you post anything on social media, please make sure you use the hashtag Palestine Writes. So hashtag Palestine Writes. That would be really terrific. And now, without further ado, I'd love to welcome Leila. Leila Taji is the author of These Chicks, an Arabic nursery rhyme and picture book. She published the book to help bridge the gap that she saw in Arabic literature between ABC books and more complex Arabic stories. She created ArabishWay, a website that provides tools for parents and educators who want to teach or pass along the Arabic language. She has a BA from Smith College, a BSN from Johns Hopkins, and an MPH from the University of Washington. Her family is Palestinian from Salama, Ramle, and Jerusalem. She has lived in the United States since she was 3. She learned some Arabic as a child and studied a little in college, but she has always struggled with the language. She is proud that despite the challenge, both her girls know how to write and read and can read and understand quite a bit of Arabic. That is certainly a tremendous accomplishment. I hope to say the same about my own children one day. Welcome, Leila.
Thank you. Let's jump right in with a hello song. Ahlan ashabi. Ahlan ashabi. Hello, my friends. Ahlan ashabi. I'm glad you came today. Ahlan wa sahlan. That's how you say hello and welcome in Arabic. You have made it to the ArabishWay Storytime. Ismi Leila. My name is Leila, and I am so excited to be here with you today. As you just heard, I am an Arab American with Palestinian roots. I am not a native speaker. You will hear, as I read these stories, a mix of my family's Palestini dialect, my husband's Lebanese dialect, as well as some Fusha. And I hope for native speakers out there that's not too frustrating. I do my best. And what I hope is to show you how the Arabic language and stories can be really fun for you and your children. So that's what I hope you take with you today. And I don't know if you got the play on word. So ArabishWay is my Arabish way of doing things. It's also ArabishWay. So that's what we're doing today. All right, today is colors, alwan. We have our colors here. How many of you guys know your colors in English? All of you? Okay, totally. How about bil Arabi? Know them in Arabic? All right, so I want to hear you when I go through these, if you know them, okay? So we have 2 versions of each word. We have red, masculine, and feminine, and you'll hear a pattern to the difference. So let's just go through these really quickly. Red, ahmar, or hamra. Then we have asfar is yellow. Oh, I skipped orange. Burtukali, orange. Burtukali, same for masculine and feminine. Asfar, yellow. Asfar wala safra, you might hear safra or asfar. Akhdar, khudra for green. Blue, azra or zurqa. Benafsaji, purple. My favorite here, bunni is brown, so pretty. Aswad usauda is black. Aswad sauda. And then we have dahabi, which is like gold. You'll hear that in a story later. Zahri is one way to say pink. And then down here, it's hard to see, abiyad is white, or beida is the feminine version. And so we'll hear that in a story later. So with that being said, let's jump into our first book, which is Colors. And this is a Spanish English, but I'm going to make it an Arabic English story. And it starts on the front here. And so I want you to listen for these colors as I read along. And I just wanted to share a quick literacy tip with parents and caregivers out there. The more the book, especially in early reading, where the sentence structure is the same on each page or it repeats a lot, what this does is give your kids a chance to be more fluid with the reading. So, because it's set up the same way, it has a pattern, it just makes reading fluidity happen for your kid. Just gives them a break as they're reading through a story. So it's not a new sentence structure every time. So that's something to think about when you're choosing early reading books. Okay, here we go. Colors. ألوان. الدلفين الأزرق نط أبرى الأمواج. The blue dolphin leaps through the waves. Did you hear that? أزرق. الدلفين الأزرق, the blue dolphin. All right, here we have red. So you're going to listen for أحمر or حمراء, one or the other. سيارة الإطفاء الحمراء تمشي بسرعة. Did you hear it? سيارة الإطفاء الحمراء تمشي بسرعة. It goes so fast, the red fire truck. Okay, this one is yellow. So you're going to hear أصفر or صفراء. النحلة الصفراء بتجمع عسل. The yellow bee gathers honey. النحلة الصفراء. I know you heard that one. Good job. All right, now we have green. It's going to be أخضر or خضراء. الشجرة عليها أوراق خضراء. The tree has on it green leaves. الشجرة عليها أوراق خضراء. Did you hear that at the end? Green leaves. Okay, now we have orange. البسة البرتقالي. Did you hear برتقالي in there? البسة برتقالي بتقول. شو بتقول البسة? What does a cat say? صح, meow. That's right, meow. And then our last one, listen for purple. بنفسجي. العنب بنفسجي كتير حلو. The purple grapes are so sweet. العنب بنفسجي. So now we got to hear some of those colors in action. All right. So that story is not the most exciting, but I do like that the sentence structure is the same. Okay, this story is one of my favorites, and it's a lot more fun. I don't know if you guys know this one in English, Pete the Cat. So Pete the Cat has some white shoes, and then he steps in all sorts of things, and his shoes change different colors. Now I'll give you a clue. We're going to use bunni, so be ready to say brown when he steps in something brown. Get ready to say azra when he steps in something blue. And get ready to say ahmar when he steps in something white. And you'll hear the word abiyad a lot in here too, because that's how we start out. So Pete the Cat, uhib hidai al-abiyad. I love my white shoes. And he sings a lot. And if you get the hang of the songs, I'd love for you to sing along with me. All right, here we go. Pete البسة مش على الطريق لابس الحذاء الجديد الأبيض. بيت بحب حذاءه الأبيض كتير فكان يغني. So Pete has his new white shoes and he loves them so much. He sings. Ready? أحب حذائي الأبيض. Did you hear أبيض? أحب حذائي الأبيض. أحب حذائي الأبيض. I love my white shoes. يا حرام. Pete داس بالفراولة. He steps into strawberries. شو صار لون حذائه? What color are his shoes now? What color? Hey, لون. Did you say أحمر? You were right. Red. أحمر. Good job. أحمر. Bicky She Pete. Did Pete cry? Bicky She Pete. أكيد لا. He says that every time, so you can say it with me. أكيد لا. كمل طريقه وكمل يغني. He just kept walking along and singing his song. And he says, everything is cool. كل شيء تمام, right? Everything is cool. كل شيء تمام. And he sings, but he doesn't say أبيض this time. He says, أحب حذائي الأحمر. أحب حذائي الأحمر. أحب حذائي الأحمر. I love my red shoes. All right. يا حرام. Pete das betut. He stepped into blueberries or berries. Shu sar laun hida'u. What color are his shoes now? Hey, laun. Stepped into this blueberries. Did you say azra? Sah. Blue. Azra. Azra. Bicky she Pete. Did Pete cry? Akid la. كمل طريقه وكمل يغني. He says, Azim, awesome, Azim. And then he sings, أحب هذائي الأزرق أحب هذائي الأزرق أحب هذائي الأزرق. أيوة. Not again. يا حرام. Pete dies بالوهل. شو صار لون حذاءه? He stepped into the mud. What color are his shoes now? أي لون? Bunny, صح, brown, that's right, bunny. Bicky she Pete, did Pete cry? أكيد لا. كمل طريقه وكمل يغني. He says رائع or groovy, رائع. And he sings, أحب حذائي البني أحب حذائي البني أحب حذائي البني. I love my brown shoes. Not again. يا حرام. Pete dies بالماء. He stepped right into water. وكل البني وكل الأحمر وكل الأزرق راحوا. And all those colors went away. شو رجع لونهم? What color are his shoes again? شو رجع لونهم? Now they are again أبيض, right? أبيض. بس هلا مبلولين. But now they're wet. Bicky she Pete, did he cry? أكيد لا. كمل طريقه وكمل يغني. He kept walking along and singing his song. And he says, rock and roll. And I'll just leave that one in English because I don't know how to translate. And he sings, أحب حذائي المبلول أحب حذائي المبلول أحب حذائي المبلول. Oh, and the moral of Pete's story, I'm just going to do this part in English, sorry, is no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song. لكان, because كل شيء تمام, because it's all good. All right, I hope you liked that one and got to practice some of your colors. Great job. Okay, let's switch gears. We're going to do a song about a vegetable market and do some more of our colors. So here we have our vegetable basket. This song is about a boy whose mom takes him to the market, and he loves it so much, and he sings about the things that he sees. And it goes like this. خديني معاكي يا ماما. Take me to the vegetable market, mom. السوق الخضرة يا ماما. سوق الخضرة كبير كبير. The supermarket, the grocery is so, or the market is so big. في الألوان كتير كتير. There's so many colors. هادي تفاحة حمراء. There's a red apple. حلوة كتير ومش مرة. Very sweet, not bitter at all. وهادي جزرة برتقاني. Oh, برتقالي, sorry. So an orange carrot. لا أرنوبي ولا أسناني. Great for rabbits and our teeth. And then this one. أخضر لونك يا خيارة. أحلى وحدة بالحارة. He's the best one in the neighborhood. That's why he has a medal, the green cucumber. Did you hear أخضر in there? Okay, this one, we're going to hear the word أصفر. ليموني لونه. The lemon is color. أصفر. أيوة. طيبة مع ماء وسكر. So good with water and sugar because it makes lemonade. أبيض يا راس السهرة بشوفك لأول مرة. And look at you, white head of cauliflower. I've never seen the likes of you before. And then our last one. بنفسجي يا باذنجاني. Oh, the purple of the eggplant. بيقولوا عنك سمناني. And you have the shape of kind of a fat one. ما أحلى سوق الخضرة خديني يا ماما بكرة. So you can, that's found on YouTube, and I have a link to that on my website if you like that one. It has a little video with it. Okay, so next time you're at the vegetable market, look around, see if you can identify the different colors of all those vegetables and fruits that you see there. Okay, how are we doing on time? I would like to talk about the craft that's associated with today. So it was a mosaic name, and what you will need are some paper that you have cut into strips and then cut into triangles or squares. So I just take strips like 1 centimeter wide and then just start cutting squares and then a few triangles and triangles. And if you do all sorts of colors, you'll end up with a nice basket of different colors for your kids to use. And then if you have a large piece of paper, I got this at the dollar store. It's about 12 by 18. The larger, the better. And then what you're going to do in Arabic or English, whatever you're more comfortable with. I was going to say, I think it's on the instructions, you can go to yamli.com, and that's where you can type something in English and it gives you the Arabic transliteration. And that's better than Google Translate, because if your name is something like Hope, it will actually translate it to, Amal, instead of Hope. So the name Hope. Anyway, so Yamli is a better resource for figuring out how your name looks in Arabic. And then parents, when you write it, or kids, if you write it, you want to leave really nice big spaces in between the letters, because these pieces, when they go on top, you don't want them to blend together. So nice wide lines for your kids to glue on top of. And then kids, what you can do is take your pieces and glue them on top of the line. If your kids are younger, please let them glue anywhere. It will make both of your lives better. And usually about preschool, they understand the lines and that it's their name. And so that's a good time to sort of get them to be on the line. But before that, just let them go anywhere. And I did want to share that my favorite thing on an airplane when they were younger is to just put a bunch in a bag with a glue stick and let them go to town. And if the papers went everywhere, it didn't matter. So that's our craft project for today. And when it's done, something like that. So you guys can work on that. For those of you who are not working on that, we'll do a little quiz and let's practice our colors really quickly. So I'm gonna quiz you. أي لون هذا? What color is this? أي لون هذا? And you can answer me in Arabic. هذا لون ممكن ذهبي, if you want to call it gold. ذهبي, or you could say, maybe you said أصفر, it's yellow. هذا لون أصفر. Okay, I'm going to quiz you again. Ready? أي لون هذا? هذا لون بني. Did you say بني? Good job. All right, let's do a couple more just to quiz you a little bit. أي لون هذا? هذا لون أحمر. صح? Good job. Okay, and one more. أي لون هذا? And parents, you can do this with your kids if you want to at another time too. أي لون هذا؟ هذا لون أخضر. أخضر. وأنا بحب اللون بني. That's my favorite color. It's brown. اللون أنا بحب اللون بني. And I can ask you, أي لون أنتوا بحبوا? What colors do you like? Or I can ask you specifically if you're a boy. أي لون, oh my gosh, أي لون أنت بتحب? أي لون أنت بتحب? And you would answer the same way. أنا بحب. Or I can ask a girl, أي لون أنت بتحبي? And you would answer the same way. أنا بحب اللون, whichever color is your favorite. All right, so different ways to practice your Arabic. Okay, whew. We've covered a lot so far. Let me introduce my books really quickly. And again, as you kiddos are working on your projects, I'll talk to the parents really quickly. I just wanted to share my story and why I made it. So I love books. I love reading. And my favorite moment of motherhood was when my kids, and this was around 18 months or 2 years, read a page in a book for the first time, and it was in English. And they were so proud of themselves that they had read. And the thing was, they weren't actually reading. They had simply memorized a page in a book that we had read a million times. But they didn't know that, and they were so proud of themselves. And I felt like I was watching these seeds of reading being planted, and from there watch them grow. And what I hoped to do was recreate that, or have a book that would help create that experience in Arabic. And so that's where this came in, because I thought, what better way than to put in a nursery rhyme that we had sung a million times into a book format. So I will just read this and sing this for you really quickly so you can kind of see. And then, so at first it was memorized, and then as they started to learn their letters, they put together that these words matched what they were saying. So it goes like this. Hasisan, Shu Halloween, عم بيدوروا حول أمهم مبسوطين شربوا ماي قالوا خي رفعوا راسهم شكروا ربهم مبسوطين. Yay! And I also wanted to point out that like I left in the letters like kalu, since that's the formal way it's written, but muted it so that the kids could ignore it as they were sort of saying it more informally. So that was a convention I sort of threw in there. Okay, great. So we still have time. I can do one more book. And yeah, this one has a lot of colors in it, and it's one of my favorites. Again, very repetitive, so that as kids are learning to read, they got the hang of it. In Arabic, it's a little bit harder because it does change from feminine to masculine, but it's still the same structure, and so I think it works really well as sort of an intro story. Okay, Brown Bear by Eric Carle, The Arabish Way. Ya dub ya bunni, shu am btshuf. Brown bear, what do you see? شايف عصفور أحمر أم يطلع علي. I see a red bird looking at me. Did you hear those words, bunni and ahmar? I get to hear it again. يا عصفور يا أحمر يا عصفور يا أحمر شو عم بتشوف؟ شايف بطة صفراء عم تطلع علي. I see a yellow duck looking at me. So now we'll hear صفراء, right? يا بطة يا صفراء يا بطة يا صفراء شو عم بتشوفي? What color do you see? Or who do you see? What do you see? شايفة حصان أزرق أم يطلع علي. What color? Animal? أزرق? Something blue, right? حصان أزرق. يا حصان يا أزرق يا حصان يا أزرق شو عم بتشوف؟ شايف دفتر أخضر أم يطلع علي. So he sees a green something. Green frog, that's right. يا دفتر يا أخضر يا دفتر يا أخضر شو عم بتشوف? What do you see? شايف بسة بنفسجية أم تطلع علي. A purple cat. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Oh, wow. يا بسة يا بنفسجية يا بسة يا بنفسجية شو عم بتشوفي؟ شايفة كلب أبيض أم يطلع علي. She sees a white dog. كلب أبيض. يا كلب يا أبيض يا كلب يا أبيض شو عم بتشوف؟ شايف خروف أسود أم يطلع علي. I see a black sheep. يا خروف يا أسود يا خروف يا أسود شو عم بتشوف؟ شايف سمكة ذهبية أم تطلع علي. Did you hear ذهبية? Gold. يا سمكة يا ذهبية يا سمكة يا ذهبية شو عم بتشوفي؟ What do you see? شايفة معلمة أم تطلع علي. I see a teacher. يا معلمة يا معلمة شو عم بتشوفي؟ What do you see, teacher? شايفة أطفال أم يطلعوا علي. I see children and they are looking at. يا أطفال شو عم بتشوفوا? What do you all see? إحنا شايفين. Oh wow, they see all these things. Okay, listen for all the colors. Although I'm blocking it, all the colors. دب بني عصفور أحمر بطة صفراء حصان أزرق ضفدع أخضر بسة بنفسجية كلب أبيض خروف أسود سمكة ذهبية ومعلمة عم يطلعوا علينا هيك إحنا شايفين. That's what we see. All right. So again, you got to hear all those colors. Hopefully some of those are ringing some bells as we go through those. Great. We still have a little time. So I will share my work in progress. This should be coming out soon. Another nursery rhyme in a board book format. And this one is Jiddi and Dohmar. And this is total prototype, so ignore that. And the song goes like this. Killon andon sayarat. Everybody has a car. وجدي عنده حمار. And if you did the previous session, جدي is one we learned in the past session. بيركبنا خلفه وبياخدنا مشوار. Our grandpa puts us on the back of the donkey and he takes us on a ride. والبوليس يصفر له. The policeman blows his whistle. And then if you were in the other sessions, you remember E for yed for hand. So here, listen for E doing this one. Oops, the wrong way. بإيده يأشر له. With his hand, he waves them on. سيارات تتسمر له. Everybody. Oops, I'm so sorry. سيارات تتسمر له. Everyone honks their horn. Ba, ba, ba. So again, very simple song. Sing it with your kids and then read this along with them. Should be out next year. Okay, I think that's all I have. All these resources that you see around me or that you heard me say, I have links to everything on my website. I created it because people kept asking me where I got stuff. So I put it there so you can just click around and, I'm not selling any of the stuff except for my stories, but I just want you guys to be able to have this stuff in your homes. I think it's really great. And you can buy my books on Amazon, also from bookstores. Elliott Bay Bookstore in Seattle, Museum of Palestinian People has some copies in DC, as does the Middle East Bookstore in DC, Palestine Museum in Connecticut, also if you get a chance to visit. And then I just have to say thank you to Palestine Writes for hosting and having me. This has been such an honor.
Thank you so much, Layla. We have 1 minute left. Does anybody have a quick question for Layla? You can put it in the chat. I also put your website in the chat as well so that people can find your resources. Parents and caregivers can find your resources and share them with your schools, please. Your schools need to know that these resources are available. So share them with your children's teachers and your school librarians as well.
I also have some great folk tales that are English, so they're more accessible to classrooms that are local to the Levantine area. So just lots, and email me if you ever have questions or want resources. I'm happy to share. So.
Parents and caregivers, April is Arab American Heritage Month, and schools are always looking for materials. So please share Layla's materials with them.
Yes, I have a lot. So this one's a fun one. And if you want to do a hashtag ArabishWay art on Instagram, I will be looking for those posts and I will send one lucky person a prize. No faces or names needed, except your name would be on here, but yeah. All right.
And if you do make the project, please post it to the graffiti wall in the Jerusalem Lounge. Thank you so much. Thank you, Layla.
See you again tomorrow.
Has 2 more sessions this weekend. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye.